Photographs are an important component to being a respected archaeologist. When people come to your lectures, they are not nearly as interested in your rigorous scientific method and seed counts as they are interested in your stunning photographs. There is an old joke. What is the difference between a historian and an archaeologist? The archaeologist has pictures. Like a lot of jokes, there is more than a grain of truth to this punchline. And if you like this channel and wish to help out, please hit that subscribe button. It really matters to us. Now, most archaeologists who do photography are self-taught. Many are simply handed a camera at a dig and told to take pictures. However, photography is a skill like any other, a skill that can be learned and can be done well or poorly. In many ways, the needs of the archaeologist photographer are similar to the needs of the sports photographer. Unlike the average photographer, both sports and archaeology photographers normally ply their craft in low-light conditions and need cameras that can do low ISO shots. Both benefit from large, fast aperture lenses, and both often find themselves in situations where tripods and flashes are often impractical or prohibited. In museums and tombs, an archaeologist may have to take photographs that are good enough for publication, but are restricted by extreme low-light environments, where even a monopod isn't permitted. When taking photographs in temples, local administrators generally permit flash photography, but may charge a hefty tripod fee if they see you carrying a tripod. Sometimes you'll have to carry your equipment for a good hike into mountainous terrain. Not all archaeological sites are located conveniently by a shopping mall parking lot. So anything you need, you may have to carry in and out of a campsite. Sure, that all aluminum Manfrotto tripod is rock solid, but it is also rock heavy, especially after a 10-mile hike. When it comes to selecting equipment for doing archaeological photographs, I would recommend that one begins with a good modern camera body. A body that can do 24 megapixels and 25,000 ISO is generally sufficient. Whether one chooses a cropped sensor or a full-frame camera depends largely upon personal goals and tastes, and there are advantages and disadvantages to both. If you have a kit lens that came with your camera, chances are it's going to be cheap junk that won't cut it for archaeological work. So a good selection of lenses is a must. For museum work, I would recommend a couple of low-light lenses with an aperture no greater than 2.8. Sometimes you need extra focal length for getting close-ups of details at far distances, ceilings, or just being able to get a better camera angle. For that, I would recommend one long telephoto lens. 70 to 200 millimeter lenses are excellent, but are very expensive. However, 70 to 300 millimeter lenses produce acceptable results at less than a quarter of the price. I would also recommend a wide-angle rectilinear, not fisheye, lens. No longer focal length than 17mm for cropped sensor cameras and 25mm for full-frame cameras. Because of their wide angles of field, these lenses are particularly useful for taking interior photos of small, cramped rooms, such as tombs. Wide-angle lenses are also useful for taking dreamy shots of exteriors of monuments. And frankly, we need more dreamy shots in archaeology. Additional gear you should consider would be a speedlight off-camera flash with a flash cord, and this is important for taking reliefs, clear shots of reliefs. A solid, light, travel tripod, preferably made of carbon fiber. A shutter cord. Yes, they still make them for DSLRs and they are still useful. Also, consider a good gear backpack to haul all your stuff. I prefer the backpack over the traditional camera bag. When you start accumulating multiple lenses and camera bodies, a traditional camera bag becomes way too awkward and bulky to carry around with you. Stunning photography and great discoveries keep archaeologists in the public eye. Many universities will teach you the rigor to make academically sound discoveries. But when it comes to learning photography, you are pretty much on your own. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on Ancient Egypt and the Bible.